Hi, this is Love Tarot here for the Gemini star sign, astrology sign for the month of December 2017. And straight away, here's your link within the tarot. The Lover's card is Gemini. And what I'm being drawn to here is the feels though those of you are in relationships here, I'm just sort of picking up where I just feels though some of you are quite happy, quite settled, because I've got you a very loving, powerful, emotional card coming out here, so things are great. And I feel like you're going to be enjoying the Christmas season and connecting with each other and even family. So that's really, really good. But some of you also who are connected with partners are not quite feeling it. It's almost like you're sort of sitting here quite fired up, sort of wanting to do things, making things happen, feeling very generous and festive. And then partners are sort of a bit within themselves. So it's almost like I feel as though they're feeling a bit humble, a bit miserable. So you're not quite connecting with each other. And this could cause some problems. So it's almost like, oh, you know, I'm not going to be around my partner, he's miserable. I'll go and connect with friendships. And that sort of escalates the problem a little bit. So I've got a little bit of negativity here. So you're just going to have to watch this. Somewhere over here, you'll have to try and just sort of coax him round a little bit, but I just very much doubt it because I've just got all this sort of negativity here when I feel so connecting with partners. So it sits in the middle, so some of you are going to be quite happy and quite settled, some of you are not feeling so settled because partners are just not enjoying it the way you are. So I get the feeling here you could sort of go off with your friends and enjoying yourselves, getting a little bit sort of tips in whatever, and enjoying the connection with your friends, which will emotionally lift you up in that way. But I'm not saying it's all going to be completely doom and gloom with partners, but I just get the feeling at times it's not so good. So it's kind of mixed emotions for you Geminis. Like I say, it's like 1 minute you're okay, 1 minute you're not, or some of you are fine, and some of you just not feeling it. So it's a bit of a difficult month, so it just feels like I just need to get this month out the way. But, you know, Christmas can be a bit of a funny time for some of us. Some of us enjoy it, some of us don't. Now, those of you that are single, I do get the feeling you're not going to be too really bothered, as if to say, well, look, I'll just sort of, you know, enjoy myself this month and see what happens. If I find somebody, I find somebody. If I don't, I don't. But I can see you sort of enjoying the festive period. And some of you may connect with people because I just get the feeling sort of enjoying the parties, the festivities. And I feel as though you could let your hair down. But just be careful if you do sort of get in these parties and then all of a sudden you're connecting with somebody. And it's just like, oh, you know, sparks are flying a little bit. And if that's what you want, that's absolutely great. But if not, just try not to overdo it over the festive period. But other than that, I just feel as though you're generally fine. I feel as though you're out there having a good time. You know, I don't see anything really too negative for you. I just feel as though it's okay. But I do feel as though some of you could find, you know, emotional connections and new beginnings, and it could really work out for you. Because I just get you know, quite a bit of positivity around Geminis for some of you that are in relationships and some of you that are not. And there's just a very slight few that are just not feeling it right with the partners. So it's all pretty good. But I just feel so, but don't worry about anything. If anything, just make sure you're getting plenty of sleep around you, because I just get the feeling some of you might just not be, you know, sort of getting enough sleep, and that could sort of affect things a little bit for you. And that's everybody right across the board with you Geminis, because it's like you're out enjoying yourselves, it's like you're working, then you're going out and partying, and these parties could go on quite a bit. So I just feel so, just keep an eye on your sleep patterns. But other than that, I just feel as though everything should be absolutely fine here. And I just get the feeling as well, some of you Geminis might sort of connect with your friends that might be going through a bit of a difficult time. And you may sort of draw to them a little bit and sort of try and help them through it. But that's great, but just make sure that you're kind of protecting yourself a little bit. Because while they're feeling miserable and not great, you don't want them to be spoiling your sort of outlook on everything as things are moving forward. So in other words, yes, be there for them. Yes, sort them out. Yes, clear their heads a little bit. Yes, show them way forward. But don't let it get to you. As otherwise, you might find that they're sort of not really pulling themselves out of it. And it's like, it just feels though it could be affecting you a little bit, because it's like it's sort of draining your energy. So just watch that a little bit. But other than that, I just feel as though it's a great month. It's just, I feel like you yourselves are feeling great, but it could be the people that you're connecting with, either partners or friendships. It's like they're not quite into the, you know, the moment as you. It's like I just say, it's Christmas is a funny time, no matter what's going on around you. Some of us love it, some of us don't, some of us find it's just an expense, and it's like it affects their attitude. So people that you're connecting with will affect you in different ways depending on how they're looking at that particular month, this particular month. So, bit of a tricky one. Right, let me see what I get from the angels for you. Right, balance. So that's quite interesting. So you've got to try and get what you want out of the month, and you've also got to think about the people around you, whether they're feeling joyful, not so joyful, or anybody going for any breaks. It's like you've got to try and sort of connect with them a little bit, and, you know, work with them as well as trying to get what you want. So it's got to be a bit of give and take this coming month. So just try and sort of get that balance right. And I feel as if you can get that balance right, as well as thinking about what you're wanting and what your needs are, you should be generally all right. The crystal ball is telling me there's definitely a couple of good parties coming up. One where it just feels like there's a bit of trouble. And then I just feel as though I'm also seeing blue flashing lights. So it just feels like you could be going somewhere where it feels like the police or the ambulance services seem to be around you, where it feels though people have overindulged or lost their temper a little bit. So just try and keep an eye on it. And just watch for the redheads around you. Because I just get the feeling they could lose their tempers quite a bit. So, you know, if you feel so anybody's getting a bit out of hand, try and stay well clear from them, because it just feels that they can feel quite negative, and this is where the police is getting involved. So just watch out for that a little bit. But other than that, I just feel as though it's a great month. You've just got to decide if you're going out to parties and pubs and clubs, that, you know, you're enjoying yourself, but do watch other people. Some people can lose their temper a little bit, and, you know, things go astray, and that's why I'm seeing blue flashing lights around you. It doesn't mean you're involved in it, but it could be around you, and you don't want to get caught in the crossfire. So just watch that a little bit. I know it's about love, and I have talked about love, but I'm also talking about the celebrations as well, because I feel as though you need to know that. So just watch out about that, because love and celebrations, I think they're going to be connecting this month, and that's why I'm talking about it. So I hope all that makes sense. So I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Right, if you need to contact me for a private reading, please contact me through Facebook, Peter the Clairvoyant, or through my website, petertheclairvoyant.co.uk. Alright, thank you.